Well, good morning, everyone, and welcome to my backyard. Yes, I'm outside this morning, and it is going to be a beautiful day. You know what? Here in Ontario, the weather changes like the length of women's skirts. Yes, up and down, up and down. One, we never know what's going to happen, and even here they're predicting in on Wednesday that we're going to get snow. So I'm going to take advantage of being outside, and even though the snow might come, uh, I know here it won't last, so it's good. And I always look forward to spending this time talking to you and praying that mm, my ordinary thoughts, I talk just like I talk to myself, and how the things in my life that encourage me. So many things encourage my life. You know, I was thinking too that um, we all want to be touched. I know that as a nurse, being in the hospital so often with people that were dying, that people didn't know what to say or what to do or how to comfort those that were dying. But there was something about a touch, a nurse's touch, and so often I would just put my hand on one of their faces or their arms and say, "Don't be afraid. You're not alone. I'm here with you." And what a difference a touch made. And you know what? We can touch people in so many ways, not just by our hands, by hugs and that, but we can touch people with encouraging words. We can touch people by just telling them how much we appreciate them rather than tearing them down. And as humans, so often we are selfish. We think we need that encouragement and touch from other people, but sometimes we fail that we need to reach out and do that to other people. Isn't it nice when somebody might text you or call you and say, "You know what? I love you. How about I'm thinking about you today, and more than anything, I'm praying for you today." And you know what? We have to remember that when we tell people we're praying, we we have to be honest and we have to pray. We can't just take that word lightly. We have to go through with what we say. Um, Touch comes in so many ways, and I'm reading this week. I've read. Uh, we're going through the Bible chronically, and it's been a blessing to go through the Bible, reading, how God unfolded His touch on people over the years, and being reminded that that touch in their lives was given to us to remind us that God is in control. And my deepest desire for my life is that I would be touched by God. I want to read 1 Samuel 10, verse 26, and this spoke to me. Saul also went to his home in Gibeah, and with him went men of valor whose hearts God had touched. God, God touched men's heart. God of the universe, the omnipotent God, touches men's lives. A touch from a holy God, a God that desires and wants to touch us. But it says here, God had touched their lives. How does God touch your life? He sure touches my life. He touches my life in the warmth and the shelter of His presence. He says He never leaves us and forsakes us. He says that He is ever near. He says that He's my shelter. These days are so uncertain. Right now in Ontario, the whole province is in a shutdown because of this virus that just it seems to be never ending. I need God to watch over me, to protect me, to touch me. And He says there that God touched men's heart. So often, God touches my heart in different ways. He touches my heart by encouraging me through other people. Sometimes I lay in bed and all of a sudden an old Sunday school song or a hymn comes to my mind. That's a touch of God, a remembrance of God. Sometimes people, He uses people, but He also uses other things like the beauty of the day to remind me that He's in control of the weather. He's in control of today, not men. We put so much faith and trust in men. And I'll tell you something right now. God encourages me through His word. I want to read again something else that I'm reminded. It's an old psalm in Psalm 139. It says, "O Lord, you search me and you know me. You know all about me. You know how I need to be touched by you. And I'm calling out to you that you would touch me today. You know, God knows when I sit and when I rise. You perceive my thoughts. You know what I need for today. He's all present. These words touch me from God. And I long to be touched by God. It says here that God hems me in. He watches from behind me and He's going ahead of me. And so those fears that grip me about the world and all that's going on, even the weather, God has got my back and He's got your back too. God wants and will touch the hearts of men. And we can either choose to thank Him and look to Him through His word. We have to be in His word. God gently reminds us over and over again of how He wants to be first in our lives. And we have to give them over to Him every day. I have to give my life over to Him every day because I never know what's going to happen. But right here it says that you hem me in, you know what's behind me and what's before me, and you want to touch my heart. I pray that this, in my ramblings and my thoughts and what I think and how God has spoken to me, that this would encourage you wherever you are. Some of you know me. Some of you have seen me. Some of you know me from a distance. And I'm praying that God would touch your heart today, that you would call upon Him in those deepest desires because He knows you. He's God the Creator. And I have faith. I've trusted Him many years now. But every day I have to trust Him more. Trust Him more. Trust Him for today. And I pray that you would trust in him, that you would call out to him and get into his word. Open the Bible. Sometimes it's hard to navigate it, I know, but just read. Start in the Psalms and find the comfort that God gives to the people. He does touch people's hearts because he created our heart to be filled with him, nothing else but him first. I hope you have a good day. Just know that I am praying for you, for whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I care, and I pray that this today you would be encouraged in that way. So have a great day.